millions of basketball-related conversations with David Falk. No one should be surprised that David Falk is going out there with the MJ flag, because if you think that, stop. Just get out of the sports talking about business and go to something else. Now, I hate the conversation because it requires you to say something negative about someone who's truly great and all-time great to make your point. And that's the most tiresome thing about the GOAT conversation. Let me just say this. I'm not going to sit here and say that LeBron James has to be considered better than Magic Johnson. That's garbage. I'm not going to say LeBron James has to be considered better than Bill Russell. That's garbage. I'm not going to say LeBron James has to be considered better than Kobe Bryant. That's garbage. LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all time in all team sports. I'm sorry, if that's not good enough, turn the page, get over yourself. So in other words, I'm going to proclaim and support and wave the LeBron James flag for his greatness. But if I say he's less than number 2, that's not good enough for you, to hell with you. And I'm not saying that in support of David Falk. I'm saying that as somebody who has watched basketball and lived with basketball my whole life. I got to say that LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant? What? Put me in a grave first.
The GOAT debate is bigger than Jordan versus LeBron, and one insider is proving it. For years, the sports media machine has been selling the same story, that the greatest basketball player debate is really just a showdown between two names, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Every debate show, every viral clip, and every recycled hot take frames it the same way. Jordan's flawless 6-0 finals record stacked against LeBron's historic stat lines and 2-decade longevity. It's a tidy package built for television drama and digital engagement, not for truth. But those who've spent real time inside the game, not behind a camera, but courtside, in locker rooms, and in real conversations with the legends themselves, they'll tell you this narrative doesn't just oversimplify basketball's history. It actively misleads fans by sidelining the pioneers who transformed entire eras and the icons who made the sport what it is today. And one voice is cutting through the noise louder than anyone's right now. Hall of Fame sports journalist Michael Wilbon. His credibility doesn't come from a hot take or a television contract. It comes from over 40 years of watching basketball at its highest level, close enough to witness Magic Johnson orchestrate the Showtime era with genius-level vision, to see Bill Russell anchor the most dominant dynasty the sport has ever produced, and to watch Kobe Bryant rise as the most ferocious competitive heir to Michael Jordan's throne. When Wilbon speaks on basketball greatness, he isn't amplifying media noise. He's drawing from lived experience, intimate insider conversations, and decades of front-row access to the game's greatest moments. On a recent episode of Get Up, Wilbon stepped into a conversation ignited by veteran sports agent David Falk, who turned heads by claiming Jordan could have collected 15 championships had he played in the modern era and used the super team building strategies that LeBron James employed throughout his career. That take alone rattled the basketball world, but Wilbon didn't stop at defending Jordan. He went further, delivering a sharp, clear-eyed challenge to one of the most repeated assumptions in modern sports media, that LeBron James automatically occupies the number 2 spot in basketball history. Without hesitation, Wilbon rejected the idea that LeBron must automatically rank above Magic Johnson. He pushed back against placing him above Bill Russell, and he flatly dismissed the notion that LeBron should be considered greater than Kobe Bryant, calling each of those arguments exactly what he believed them to be, completely wrong. With that, Wilbon dismantled one of the carefully constructed illusions in sports television, the idea that the GOAT debate begins with Michael Jordan and ends with LeBron James, with everything else being filler. His point was clear. There is no guaranteed number 2 because Magic Johnson, Bill Russell, and Kobe Bryant are not background characters in LeBron's story. They are architects of the game itself, and pretending otherwise isn't analysis, it's narrative engineering.
What gave Wilbon's words extra force was the fact that he wasn't just questioning rankings, he was exposing how shallow and confined the modern conversation has become. The media has packaged the GOAT debate so tightly that questioning LeBron's automatic claim to the second spot is treated almost like heresy, as if Jordan first, LeBron second is some kind of settled law. But Wilbon shut that down immediately, reminding everyone that true greatness in basketball isn't measured only by counting stats or years of service. It's measured by the ability to reshape the sport, shift culture, and leave a mark that bends history. Consider what that actually means. Magic Johnson didn't simply play point guard at a high level. He reinvented the position entirely, turning the court into his personal chess match and transforming Showtime basketball into a global spectacle. Bill Russell didn't just collect championships, he defined what winning culture actually looks like, anchoring a dynasty that produced 11 titles in 13 seasons. And Kobe Bryant was never Jordan's shadow. He was the fire that lit an entire generation, a relentless, technically brilliant competitor who earned respect every single time he laced up his sneakers. By pulling these figures back into the GOAT debate, Wilbon wasn't launching an attack on LeBron James. He was doing something more important, defending the truth. He was reminding anyone willing to listen that basketball history is deep, layered, and built by giants who never made way for anyone. Erasing them from the debate to produce a cleaner two-man marketing headline isn't intellectually lazy, it's a disservice to the very game they created. Because if winning is the ultimate measuring stick, Bill Russell stands completely alone. 11 championships in 13 seasons is not a resume, it's an empire. And Russell wasn't just collecting rings, he was rewiring the game, mastering shot blocking before the league knew what to do with it, turning defensive transition into a weapon, and serving as the only answer the league had to the physically unstoppable Wilt Chamberlain. He did it not with brute force, but with intelligence, strategy, and an unshakable will. And he did it while standing tall in a racially divided America with dignity that stretched far beyond any basketball court.
If Russell was the foundation, Magic Johnson was the revolution. A 6'9" point guard with a maestro's vision and a rock star's magnetism, Magic Johnson turned basketball into a full-scale spectacle where every no-look pass was an event and every fast break carved a new highlight into the sport's memory. He stacked 5 championships across 9 finals appearances while consistently facing the fiercest competition imaginable. Larry Bird's Celtics, Julius Erving's 76ers, and Isaiah Thomas's Pistons. He didn't just win, he won through the fire. And when the 1980 finals called for a miracle with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sidelined, rookie Magic Johnson stepped into the center position and dropped a legendary 42-point, 15-rebound, 7-assist performance to close the series. That wasn't luck, that was destiny meeting preparation. Magic didn't just add rings to his legacy, he rewrote the blueprint for what an all-time great could look like and opened the door for every oversized playmaker who came after him. So the real question has to be asked, is LeBron James truly the automatic number 2, or has the sports media fed us a neatly packaged narrative that quietly trims legends away to produce a cleaner headline? Drop your take in the comments, because this conversation is nowhere near finished. Larry Bird wasn't just Magic Johnson's greatest rival. He was the cold-blooded force who treated pressure like a home court advantage, leading the Boston Celtics to 3 championships and claiming 3 consecutive MVP awards, a stretch of excellence that LeBron James, for all his brilliance, never matched. Bird's game wasn't built on elite athleticism. It was built on basketball IQ, mental toughness, and a competitive edge so sharp it felt almost personal. He famously walked into the three-point contest and told every other player in the room they were competing for second place, then calmly warmed up with his jacket still on before proving he was exactly right. He scorched the Atlanta Hawks for 60 points while their bench could only shake their heads in disbelief. He gutted through a deteriorating back to deliver playoff triple-doubles. Every game he played felt like a personal mission to outclass whoever was across from him. His 10-year-long rivalry with Magic Johnson didn't just entertain fans, it saved the NBA and turned it into a must-watch global property. So sliding LeBron ahead of Bird without a real conversation isn't just debatable, it's a disservice to the history that those two men built together. And when that chapter closed, Kobe Bryant stepped forward as the sport's next obsessive perfectionist. 5 championships, 2 finals MVPs, a league MVP, the iconic 81-point performance, the torn Achilles free throw, the back-to-back titles in 2009 and 2010 that permanently silenced every critic who claimed he couldn't win without Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe spent 2 full decades committed to one franchise, enduring every rebuild, reshaping his game as his body aged, and clawing his way back to championship form each time. But what separated him above almost everything else was the reverence his peers gave him. Kevin Durant, Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, players of a different generation, consistently pointed to Kobe Bryant as the standard for what a competitor should be. That kind of admiration isn't handed out, it's earned through pain, discipline, and an obsessive drive that became a blueprint for an entire generation of players. So to push Kobe aside for LeBron without a real conversation isn't just flattening the story, it undermines the competitive spirit the NBA was built on. And that is precisely why Michael Wilbon's pushback matters. He isn't diminishing LeBron James, he's protecting the depth and honesty of basketball's history, reminding fans that greatness isn't a simple checklist, but a rich mosaic shaped by giants. Bill Russell with unmatched rings, Magic Johnson with a transformative vision, Larry Bird with cold-blooded competitive fire, Kobe Bryant with an obsession bordering on legend. These are pillars, and without them, the GOAT conversation collapses into shallow marketing spin dressed up as debate. So the next time someone frames the entire GOAT race as nothing more than Jordan versus LeBron, understand what's actually happening. Legends don't fade just because media trends shift. They demand their place in history. And until they are fully recognized, the debate isn't really about greatness at all. It's just a convenient story being pushed by a machine that has convinced millions of fans that basketball history boils down to 2 names. Every debate show, every viral moment, every late-night argument circles back to the same recycled question: is LeBron better than MJ? And the honest truth is, that narrow framing doesn't honor basketball history, it diminishes it. It takes decades of iconic battles, fierce rivalries, and legendary careers and squeezes them into a 2-man storyline engineered more for ratings than for respect. Michael Jordan set the gold standard: 6 titles, 6 finals MVPs, and an almost mythical ability to deliver when everything was on the line. But even his legacy was forged by climbing past the bad boy Pistons, the remnants of the great Celtic dynasty, and the final flashes of Magic Johnson's Showtime Lakers. Remove those giants from the equation, and even Jordan's legend loses a layer of its meaning. And then there is LeBron James, the undeniable marathon man of the modern era. 20 years of sustained dominance, championships across multiple franchises, and a resume constructed to hold up against time itself. But the debate, the real debate, is far bigger than 2 names, and it always has been.